Yo, I hit 350 subs.
Yo, did you really?
Yeah.
Hey! What's up, world? I'm lldamien, and welcome to my 350 subscriber special. And today, as promised, I'm gonna be giving you guys a story time. But before I get into that, let me just thank all 350 of you plus for just being here and supporting my content, watching the videos, sharing them, and just doing what you gotta do. I appreciate all the likes, the comments, and everything. Keep it up, and I promise it's only up from here. So thank you once again. Now let's get into the story time. So make sure you share this with a friend or family member, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go. You guys voted on Instagram and wanted to hear about the time I got banned from the library for 1 year. So that's the story I'm gonna have to tell you guys. And it happened way back when I was in 8th grade. So just try to imagine 8th grade Damien real quick. And at the time, my bus always dropped me off at the library, so I had to wait for someone else to come pick me up and bring me home. And one day I just walked and wandered the library for a little bit when I encountered 3 kids my age. 2 of them were girls and they were sisters, and one of them was some boy. And it was like the weirdest thing ever, because the boy walked up to me and he said, "Hey, don't you think Khloe Kardashian is mad hot?" And I'm sitting there like bewildered, like, I guess, okay. And then just somehow I found myself hanging out with them for the rest of the week, right? So a couple days later, I didn't really see the boy anymore, so it was really just me hanging out with the 2 sisters and anyone else who was in the library, specifically in the teen lounge of the library. And it was all good. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I am slow to call someone my friend. So I never got too close to these kids, but we were just chilling, and that's really all it was. But one day, I get off the bus and enter the library. By the way, my ride home at the time was always super late at picking me up and bringing me home, so I was at the library for the longest time, every time. So I walk up the stairs of the library to go towards the teen lounge, and all of a sudden, I see a group of kids who go to school in my city just dash into the elevator of the library. And I'm like, what's going on? And in that group were the 2 sisters and some other kids that I didn't know. But me paying no mind to that, I just walked straight into the teen lounge and started working on some homework like a good little boy, right? And then one boy from my school walks in afterwards, so it's just us 2 in there. But then there was a huge bang noise all throughout the library. All the kids who just ran into the elevator came dashing back into the teen lounge, and they took their seats real quick. And then a police officer came in, and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on, Jay?" I was trying to be out of there, so I packed all my binders and got my backpack together and darted for the door. And then one of the librarians saw me, and they were like, "Nah, get back in there." And me, being obedient little 8th grade Damien, I walked right back in the teen lounge because I didn't want to get in trouble. After I took my seat again, the police officer walked around the room, and he was like, and I was still sitting there like,
No, this can't be happening to me.
he said,
All right, guys. Now someone's gonna have to tell me who is responsible for all that racket I just heard from the elevator.
and the whole room was just
Silence.
And then he said,
Now someone's gonna have to tell me, or else all of you are gonna get into some deep
trouble. And that's one of the things I hate to hear from authority, bro. When they threaten everyone with punishment, when only a select few are actually responsible for something bad. Anyways, the whole room just responded to him with more silence. But then, one of the sisters turns around looks at me and says, "It was him," pointing at me. And I'm sitting there aghast, bro. Like, my heart dropped, sunk to my seat. And I'm like, yo, damn! And I don't know what to do at this point. The police officer comes walking towards me, right? He's like, "Oh, what's your name?" I'm like, "Bro, it wasn't me. Like, it wasn't me, I promise you." He's like, "Oh, so you think she lied to me?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Oh, I don't care. Just give me your name and the school you go to." I'm sitting there thinking to myself in my school uniform, like, you can't read off my chest? But I didn't say it. And I gave him my name and the school I go to and everything, right? Because I was mad scared. And then he went to the 3 kids sitting right next to me, who were one random kid I didn't know and the other kid from my school. And he took their names and schools too. And he said, "All 3 of you, leave the library right now. You're banned for 1 whole year." And I'm like, yo, what? And then the police officer walked out and we were supposed to follow him. So I picked up my backpack and walked out, right? The 2 other kids walked out immediately, but I stayed inside a little bit to see if I could negotiate. And these kids from my city who were doing the thing in the elevator, they saw me, right? And they were like, "Yo, that's mad tough, bro. I can't believe they did that to you. Like, wow, they did you dirty." I'm like, "Bro, it's your fault." I didn't say that, but I was thinking it like mad loud in my head. So I walk back up to the police officer and I'm like, "I'm not actually banned, right? Because I wasn't responsible for that. You can check the cameras and everything." He's like, "So you think she lied to me, huh?" I'm like, "Yes. Why would I lie to you?" And he's like, all right. Okay, you're not banned. I believe you. All right, you're good. And I walk away feeling all unsettled because I'm like, bro, like, what just happened, man? What just happened? And after that day, whenever I saw those 2 sisters in the library, it was mad, like, silent, honestly. I just went about my business and did my thing in a different area, and I didn't go back to the teen lounge because I wasn't even trying to, like, nah. But yeah, that's the end of the story. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you've ever had a similar experience anywhere in general with the police officer or anything, like people just lying on you. But I'm gonna end off the video right here. Make sure you share this with a friend or family member. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. We out.